Hey guys, happy Tuesday. I hope that you had a good weekend and we're just kind of getting so close to the end of the school year, just a few more weeks. So I know that this distance learning is kind of annoying and we don't all love it, but hang in there. And you guys did awesome at turning in work this week. I didn't have to email a single one of my seventh graders. So, way to go. I'm super proud of you. Keep up the good work. Let's finish out the year strong, just a couple more weeks. So, this lesson is on assets and liabilities and your net worth. So, I'm going to go over a few things in the slides, and then you just have a really short assignment. Um, I kept things really simple for this assignment and for lesson two. And I think it would be smart if you did both of these back to back because they're over the exact same topic. So that way, while it's already fresh in your mind, just go ahead and knock out both of the math lessons. Um, that way, you won't have to go back and rewatch my video. So, the first thing I want to go over is the difference between assets and liabilities. So, assets, that's spelled wrong. I'll go back and fix that. Assets are values that represent something that you own. So, assets are like your house, a car, how much money you have in the bank is your asset. Liabilities are things that you owe. So the amount of money owed to someone else. That can be a debt of any kind. It can be a car loan that you've taken out. It can be a house loan. It could be credit card debt. Anything that is money that you still have to pay to somebody, that's a liability. And then your net worth is how much you're worth. So the difference between the assets and the liabilities. So your net worth, just like last week we talked about your income, we talked about gross income and net income. Your gross income was how much you're supposed to get paid, but then taxes get deducted out, insurance gets deducted out, and your net income is how much you actually get to bring home. Same thing here. So your net worth is how much money you're worth, basically. And so that is taking your assets and subtracting your liabilities. So we would take like car, home, how much money you have in the bank, a savings account. We would add up all of that stuff. And then that would be our assets. And then our liabilities would be how much money do you owe on like maybe college loans or a loan for your house or a loan for a car or credit card debt. So money that you still have to pay off. We would add all that up. That would be your liabilities. And we'd subtract the two to get your net worth. So I'm going to work out an example here, and you're going to have access to this here in a little bit. So they've listed out some items, and some of these are assets and some of them are liabilities. So your house, the current value of your home, that means how much it's worth. So that's an asset. Your automobile, current value that it's worth, that's an asset as well. Retirement account, that's an asset. That's like a savings account. You're saving up for retirement. A personal loan, that means you've taken money out and you have to pay that back. A loan always has to be paid back to the bank. So this is a liability. Checking account, that's how much is in the bank. That's an asset. And then credit card debt, that's a liability. So we're going to, well, let me move this. I think it Sorry, sometimes I'm still figuring, oh, it'll let me move that. Okay, that'll work. And then I'll move it back for the slide. Okay, so total assets. So I'm just gonna use a calculator, being honest with you. You should do the same. No big deal to be using calculator on this at-home stuff. So we're gonna add up all of the assets. I'm gonna actually label them. And I'm going to do that whenever I'll do that on your notes page. Whenever you go back to this slide in your Google Slides, it will be labeled for you like asset, liability. Okay. And then we're going to add everything up. So I'm going to add all my assets. So the 86,200 plus 5,300 plus 18,800 Not the 11,000 because that's a loan. That's some money that I owe to somebody. And then 3,100. Okay, so my total assets is $113,400. Okay. And then I'm going to find out my total liabilities. And actually, on this one, they've put a minus sign in front of those. That's because that's money we owe. That's money we're going to subtract to find our net worth. So that's fine. They've kind of labeled it that way. So the 11,900 plus 9,400 gives me a total of 21,300 for my total liabilities. 21,300. And so it's like, this is how much money I've accumulated. This is how much money I owe to somebody. And so I subtract it to find my net worth. 113,400 minus 21,300. So my total net worth is going to be 92,100. And that's how you find net worth. So you add up assets, add up liabilities, subtract them. Okay, so now you're going to go back to the Google slide and you are going to sort assets versus liabilities. Credit card debt, that's a liability. Any debt is a liability. Car value is an asset. That's how much your car is worth. Okay, so any loans, debt is a liability. Anything you have, you own, cash, that's your assets. Okay, and then you're going to go do one little problem just like I did in my example. So use my example to help you. Use this video to help you. If you have any questions, as always, email me. Google Classroom doesn't always tell me when you have left a comment. So email me. That's a better way to get a hold of me. And let me know if you have any problems. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.